Welcome to LNP Renewable System Integrator. Today we are going to discuss some of the Python basics. So this session we had classified into part 10. Okay. Now let us get into the part 1 session. Okay. So in part 1, what are the things that we are going to discuss? What is Python? How we are going to download a Python and install it? What are the basic PC requirements before installing a Python software? And how to download PyCharm? Okay. How to install it? And what are the PC requirements before installing a PyCharm? Okay, so first let us try to study what is Python. Python is a high-level general purpose programming language. Okay, it supports multiple programming paradigms, including structured, okay, OOPs, functional programming. So most of the things we can perform using this Python. So basically, Python has the following basic instructions: variables, data types, math operations, print, float, like that. It has some of the basic operations. Okay, so now how to download a Python? That is the thing. So if you have an internet facility, please go to www.python.org. In that one, go to downloads. Inside the downloads, you can able to get the latest version for your particular OS that you have installed. You might have Linux, or you might have Windows, or you might have a Mac OS also. So based on your concerned OS, please select the OS type so that you can download the latest version required for your particular OS. So here we had to open you the example here. See here. So this is a download. So I had already downloaded it. Okay, download PyCharm. If you download it, take some time. Okay, once it is ready, you can start installing it. And if it is ready now, then what we can do, we can search here. See here, Python 3.10, 64.10. So here I can start providing the codings to get the required output. It is the simplest form one. Okay, because here this is just the basic level. If you are at the basic level, try to install this Python. Okay, now once you're going to little advanced level, at that time try to go to this website, that is jetbrains.com. In that one, inside the downloads, you can get the PyCharm. Okay, in the PyCharm, inside the download section, you will have the download PyCharm. So based on your requirement, so most probably will have a professional software available, as well as a community software. Try to go with this community software because it is a free build open source, so that it will be purely used for the Python development. Okay, this will be a trial version only, so it is better to go with this community version, so that once you install now, it will be looking like this only, community version. So when you open it, so this is the latest version. Okay, I had downloaded from the same website only. This one, this is an already existing example. If you plan to do the new one inside the new project, okay, by going into the new project, you can create a new project. Okay, so that whatever you're trying to execute, you can execute that. Okay. Next, we have some of the system requirements. Okay, if you install a Python, basically minimum 4 GB RAM should be there. Maximum you can go for 8. Okay, and CPU can be a latest CPU. Okay, and disk space, probably you need at least 2.5 GB. Okay, and apart from it, we need 1 GB for cache memories. Okay, monitor resolution minimum 1024 cross 768, maximum 1920 cross 1080. Okay. So as we told earlier, inside the jetbrains.com, you can able to download this PyCharm. Okay, the system requirements for a PyCharm, if you are going for a Windows, basically you need to have a 64-bit of Microsoft Windows. It can be 11, 10 or 8. Okay, and 2 GB free RAM minimum. Okay, 8 GB maximum you can use if it is a recommended one. And hard disk is 2.5 GB. Okay, SSD type. Resolution, as we told earlier, 1024 cross 768. Okay, so now when we try to get to know about what are the variables, so we can classify the variables into 3 types. One is local variable, second one is a global variable, and third one is a non-local variable. Okay, what is this local variable? Local variable is the one we use to declare these variables inside a function. Okay, so this will have a local scope. We cannot access outside the function. Say for example, see here, now let's try to copy this one. Okay, and let's try to execute in the PyCharm. Okay, see here. the one which is already executed, it will come. Or when we try to call it is outside, it won't come. See here, you will have an error like this. See here, local message, local hello had came here, but when we try to call it outside, it is not coming. It is showing an error. Okay, this is how it will happen. Okay. Next, global variables. So, what is global variable? In Python, okay, a variable declared outside of the function or in a global scope is known as a global variable. Okay, now let's try this example. Okay, so whatever today we are going to study, everything with an example we are going to study today. See here. So when we try to execute here, the one which is called locally also, it is getting executed, and when we try to call, since it is globally declared, okay, we can call both inside as well as outside. The definition, that is the most important thing. Okay, how are you going to declare your variables? If you declare your variables globally, okay, both from inside as well as from outside, we can call. See here, we are getting a output local hello and global hello, both are getting executed. Okay. Now, what are non-local variables? So, in Python, these non-local variables are mostly used for nested functions whose local scope is not defined. Okay, now let's try to execute this one. Okay, how it is working. Okay, it's a non-local variable. Let's try to execute it. See here, it is clearly mentioning inner it is a non-local, and in outer also we are mentioning it as a non-local. So in both the ways we are calling it. So this is how normally non-local variables we used to declare. Okay. Now let us try to have an exercise. Okay, for the variable and the assignment exercise. Okay, so first thing is that either in the PyCharm. Okay, let us try to create a variable. Okay, and assign an integer to it. Okay, now again we create a second variable and assign it a floating variable, and again we will create a third variable and assign it a boolean value, and we again reassign a different integer to the first variable that we had already created. Okay, so shall we look into the example here? See here, in one, first we had declared, we had assigned integer 7, then again we are assigning a floating number, then we are assigning a boolean value. Boolean will be either it can be a true or false. Okay, now when it is to the integer, what we are going to do? So at first we had declared the integer as a 7, now we are reassigning it as a integer 10. Okay, now let us try to create a comments and a math operation. How it works? First thing is that, as an example, in the next slide we will try to give you the solution, basically how we can create these basic functions in our PyCharm. Okay, first thing is that we are trying to create a variable and we are assigning it with sum of two integers. Okay, and then in the second one we are trying to create a variable and assign it a difference of two integers. Now we are what we are going to do, we are going to create a variable and assigning it the result of one of the integer being divided by the another integer. Now we are creating a variable and assigning it the product of two integers, means we are trying to do all the mathematical operations here. Okay, see here, this is an example. This is how we can do. So if you're going for a sum, okay, you're making it, you're declaring two variables and you're trying to add it. Now we are trying to find out the difference between the two variables. Okay, in two integers. Again, what we are going to do, we are dividing a bigger integer by the smaller one. Now we are trying to find out the product, that is multiplication function, then exponential. Okay, now we are going to find out the quotient value, the modulus value, using this function. Now let us try to have another exercise. Okay, how to use the print operation, because we are pretty aware of what is print, because if you want any output using the print function, you can execute that concerned output, whatever input that you're giving. Okay, if you want to display it outside in the output window, then you need a help of this print function. So we are using it mostly in C++, everywhere, but right now even in PyCharm also we are using this print function. First thing is that, let us try to have an example. Let us try to create a variable and assign it a value. Okay, it can be any data type. Okay, now let us try to use a print and try to display it in the output. Again use a print. Okay, print any data type directly and try to display the result of expression that uses at least two mathematical operations. So here we are going to do three things. One is we are assigning and we are trying to display it using the print operation. Now any data type directly we are displaying with the print operation, and the third one we are trying to do the mathematical operations. Okay, see here, this is an example. So even though this is an example, let's try to execute it, whether it is happening. Let us try to execute it in the PyCharm. Okay, so now let us try to do the print operation. See here, so we had assigned a number 24601. Okay, first we are doing what we are going to do. We are trying to print the same number again. Now we are going to perform an operation. We try to print the Boolean expression. Now we are going to do the mathematical expression directly. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1. Let us try to change the number here. 246. 1 3 4 5 4 2 5. Okay, now let us try to change these values. Let us try to change this value to 3 2. Okay, now let us try to execute the same program. See here, value had changed. It means whatever we are assigning using the print function, we can execute it as an output. Okay, even if you change here as a false also, it will work. So let us try to execute them using a small letters. Okay, so previously it was true 1. Here it is getting executed here. Okay, the same way if we try to do the false function, see here the same thing is happening. Okay, now let us try to do a programming challenge for a grocery store purchase. Let us consider you're going to purchase something in a grocery. Okay, it can be 6 materials. Okay, each has different weight, different quantity, different price. Okay, that is giving mentioned here. Now let's try to execute it in the Python program and try to get the output. Okay, here we had so many items: penny, arrabbiata pasta sauce, bag of organic garlic cloves, seasonings, okay, twin packs, bag of meatballs, everything is there. This is the program. Let us try to execute it in our PyCharm. Let's try to check what is the output that we're going to get. Okay, it's like a, see here. So as per program, only subtotal we need to display, but what we are going to do, we are trying to display all the things which is happening, all the small mathematical operation, that is multiplication operations which is happening. Okay, based on the quantity, and apart from it, as a subtotal also we are trying to display it by dividing them by 100. So this is the value that we will get. Okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We have provided the contact details here. Okay, so if you're really interested to learn the Python programming basics, we can able to provide you, we can able to teach you along with the certifications with the programming examples. Okay, we had given our contact details here, and most importantly, you're really interested to work in automation industry. So for that, PLC programming is very much important. We are providing PLC programming training along with the certification, especially for Siemens, Allen Brodling, Delta PLC. Basically, you should be from either EEE background or electrical and communication engineering background or electronic and instrumentation engineering background. Then you can do this course. And most importantly, if you're really interested to work in the countries like GCC, the Qatar, Oman, Saudi, Dubai, especially in the building management system and building automation control system, then you can contact us. We can provide the contact details here. And if you had a plan to establish a solar DC lighting system in a place where EBOver is not available, then you can contact us. And most importantly, for your agriculture farms, if you want to protect your crops from the animal damages, instead of going for electrical fencing, you can use a solar fencing. We can also provide you design, installation, testing, launching, consultancy, training supports for solar, on-grid, off-grid, hybrid, solar street solar pump services. And if you're really interested to learn the access control basics, electrical basics, and Python basics along with the certification, then you can contact us. We can able to train you, and once you had completed the course, we will provide you the certificate, that is ISO 9001 2015 certification. Thank you so much.